Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and today I have a really fun Halloween project for you. I am a sucker for the holidays. I love them, and it's great when you can express your love for the holidays through jewelry. And I've made this little pumpkin earring, and I think it's just really cute. So I'm going to show you how to do it. It is super simple. So what you're going to need is 6 inches of wire. I have an antique brass color wire here, 24 gauge, an earring hook, and a head pin. Again, all my findings are going to be an antique brass color. I have 2 little Lucite leaves that look like squash leaves, and then I have this vintage Lucite pumpkin-shaped rondelle in this wonderful pumpkin orange color. So how you're going to do this, I've got my 6 inches of wire. I'm going to find the middle point, just make a little crease. I'm going to go ahead, take my pumpkin, put it onto my head pin, and then I'm going to take my wire, and right where that crease is, which is approximately the middle section, I'm just going to hold it on one end and wrap it around with the other. And I'm just going to make several tight little loops. There we go. I just basically have anchored that wire on there. Now on one end, I'm going to take one of my leaves, slip it onto the wire, and then I'm going to make another wrap and another. And I'm going to take my other wire, go ahead, put my other leaf on there as well. And you'll see there is a right and wrong side to these leaves. One side is flatter, one has a little bit more detail, so I want to make sure the detail side is out. And basically, I'm just wanting to secure these on. So now I'm going to take this wire and going in the same direction as my other wire, make a few little wraps, just going around that middle head pin wire. Now, those are both secure. They're not going to go anywhere. So what I want to do at this point is with one of my wires, I'm just going to choose one, doesn't really matter which one. I'm going to make several neat and tidy wraps going up the stem of my head pin. And you can just scoot them down with your fingernail if there's too much of a gap between them. And when you've gone up a little ways and you have some nice wraps, what you're going to do then is you're going to take a round nose plier. You can either trim this down a little bit or you can leave it long. This is a personal preference. I'm just going to grip the end between the 2 noses of my round nose, and I'm going to curve it. I just am going to make curly cues, so I'm just going to keep grabbing it and curling it at different parts. And go back, grab my original part. There we go. Just bend it a little bit more. This one looks a little bit long to me. I'm just going to trim it a little bit. And I'm going to make another curly cue. Again, just grabbing the tip between my round nose and just turning it. Does not need to be precise. You should have fun with this. There we go. All right, so now what I want to do, I need to be able to connect this onto my earring finding, so I need to make a simple wire loop, and I've got these great wire looping pliers. So right above where my wrappings were, I'm just going to grab it with my wire looping pliers, and you'll see there's one that's concave. I'm just going to squeeze. You could do this with your round nose as well and just make a simple wire loop that way. I just love these round nose pliers though, so it makes life very easy. So we've just made a loop. I've got my flush cutters. Just snipping off the excess wire. And now with my chain nose, I'm just going to straighten it up. And now I'm going to look at my pumpkin. If I'm happy with how the leaves are, I'll just leave them how they are, or I can just bend the wire however I like. Those are about the same. It's kind of fun that the leaves go in a little different direction. So to attach your earring finding, just go ahead, open up the bottom loop just like you would open a jump ring, and slip it on to that simple wire loop you just made. This one has a little ball on it, so you just want to make sure you hold that upwards. There we go. Now I'm just going to close that loop back up. And we are all done. So here is our little pair of cute pumpkin patch earrings, perfect for autumn and Halloween. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and you can find all the project instructions for these and other free beading projects at beadaholique.com in the free projects section.